Well, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. My name is Louie. Hopefully you're having yourself a fantastic day. We got a couple different collection things to show off for you. A couple of sorcery foils, a cool little magic project we got going on, and we've got our collection buying thing here. I'm always buying collections. Hit me up at KitchenTableTCG@gmail.com if you're interested. Let's go right into the first collection. I reached out to the guy. I said, hey, if you haven't shipped yet, throw in a little letter for me to read on camera about why you're selling, etc. We'll make some content. That's what we do here at Kitchen Table TCG. He said, went out yesterday. I couldn't include a letter while I'm selling this time. It's 10,000% not appropriate. My friend, have fun with whatever you're doing. Enjoy the money. So let's talk about what we got going on. We got some dual lands here, and we got a plethora of options for dual lands. First off, we've got some altered dual lands, some painted altered dual lands. We'll talk about those at the end. We've got a regular, just a regular nice condition. I don't know, probably near mint tropical island, maybe LP tropical island. We got a lion's eye diamond in English, but then we've got some foreign cards. We got foreign white. We got the unlimited badlands first. Sorry. English unlimited badlands. We'll talk about that. We got some foreign cards though. We got some unlimited, some foreign border, white border lands and some black border lands. Pretty cool to see the difference right there on camera. And then we have a foreign black bordered graded by European grading company Tundra. Really, really cool stuff. Now, first off, whenever you're buying graded cards, you always want to make sure that you look at the condition yourself and agree with the graders. Something like, I don't know how popular European grading is. I definitely would believe like BGS or PSA. I would lean into what they do. I don't know anything about European grading. We will be cracking this out of the case at the end of this video for you. It'll be a little bit interesting because I've never done a European grading one. I don't even know how we're going to do it. It's going to be wild. It's going to be a good time. Let's talk about why I picked up this stuff. First off, we've been running some CEDH tournaments, or we're starting to run some CEDH tournaments in the shop, and people really like revised dual lands for that. And so we'll use some of these for prize support for things like that, as well as just having on display. And then I really, really like, let's get right into these. I really, really like these altered dual lands. Now, most people will look at this and say, value-wise, this is damaged, or value-wise, this is, HP. They won't even really care about what the actual condition is because it has actual, painted on here. So they'd value that at that. I actually think they look cool, and I'm excited to just run them in my deck. So I'll take out my lands from my decks, and I'll probably put them, switch them out, and I'll be able to sell the ones I have. Or I might just throw them in the shelf and see if people are interested. But I'm not going to value these as damaged, even though that's what other people value them at. Personally, I think they look cool. I really think they're awesome. And that's just my personal opinion on that. But if you're ever buying these, just know that most people value them as like a damage or HP on the market. So definitely something to think about through there. Now, let's get right to Unlimited. Obviously, Unlimited has the double bevel here on the side. That's on the... Is there a mark on the card? Huh, I didn't notice that. Interesting. Is that normal in the Badlands art? It's not. I didn't even notice that. We'll have to talk about that with the seller. I can't remember what we valued this at or what condition we valued it. There's like a marker line right across it. That's crazy. Anyway, Unlimited, other than that, great condition. Other than that marker line across it, or pen line. But really cool to see Unlimited come in. Obviously, you don't see this nearly as often. I don't know what the print difference was between Unlimited and revised. I'm guessing it is pretty significant. I don't want to speculate on print runs for those of you who know what we do on the podcast. But you can see lots of differences there with the text size and all the different things as I drop it on the ground. Lots of differences there. And it's just cool to see Unlimited Badlands come in. You don't see that super often. Near mint, pretty good condition. Tropical Islands, obviously always good. Lion's Eye Diamond. Don't see a lot of people running this locally. We'll see how it does. But just a really cool, iconic piece and beautiful card. Wonderful. Really cool stuff to add. Anytime you can add an artifact, reserved list artifact to your collection, I think that's a big win. All right, let's get into foreign white border, foreign black border. Obviously, people value and really like the foreign black border stuff because it is the cheapest option of getting black border dual lands. Your next option, obviously, would be beta. So people like the foreign border, black border, but there's also the foreign, white border stuff. So this holds a premium. Now, finding last solds of these was really, really difficult. It's just super hard to find these in any sold listing. There's like none available on TCG Player. There's basically none available on eBay. So these are pretty hard to find. These are beat up, obviously. HP, maybe even somewhat damaged on that one. But really cool stuff to have. And again, people love them. People absolutely love them. All right, then the Tundra. I don't know. Near mint on this might be a little bit rough. We'll see when we get it out or if we get it out. Probably more LP. It's kind of what I thought through it on. But really cool. Another, obviously, foreign black border Tundra there. All right, now let's get into, before we get into Sorcery, this is actually a pickup from our Kitchen Table TCG buyout group. And buyout group is a little excessive. We don't have enough people that were really affecting the market prices and stuff like that. But this past month, we did Metalworker and Feldegriff. Is that how you pronounce that? Let me get these out of the sleeves. And so we are opening up the Discord server to everyone at the end of this week. So follow along there. Man, Feldegriff is such a great, iconic looking card. Metalworker, another really good one. Just iconic Magic card that a lot of people love, a lot of people like. Really cool thing just to have in the shelf at the shop. But cool to be part of a group that's like collecting together. I wouldn't say it's really, I guess we qualify it as a buyout group, but it's more or less just people putting their money together, collecting the same cards, and sharing and talking about, hey, what should we pick up this month? And then we kind of pool all that money together, and at the end, we have some rewards bucks that we do a random raffle for people. This past year, somebody got a free dual land because of it. Just a cool little community thing. So keep your eye out on the channel for the Discord link in the next couple of days, and we will invite everybody to be a part of the Discord server. And then if you want to be a part of that, you can hop in on that as well. All right, let's get to the good stuff, the Sorcery. Now, this is from a collection, somebody who reached out to me and was like, Lou, I really, congrats on basically finishing your Sorcery collection. Would you like to help me finish mine? So I reached out to them. I was like, yeah, I'd love to help you finish yours. And then I picked up some cards from them that they had extras of to get the cards that they wanted. And I picked up some cards that I particularly think are going to do pretty well on the secondary market in the next couple of years and months. Just cards that I think are kind of iconic Sorcery cards that if I can get duplicates of, I'm a big fan of. Actually, Gyre Hippogriffs was just something I needed to finish the collection. I actually missed that one when I was bindering. They don't have numbers on their cards, so it's hard. Sometimes you miss things when you're bindering, and that was one of those cases where I missed the Gyre Hippogriffs, which are a great card. But so these are cards that I picked up, and it was also the Phoenix. I also missed that. That's hilarious. Rest in peace. I just think this artwork's freaking sick. I just love it. So reasons I picked these up. First off, Battle Mage, one of the more powerful of the avatars. I think as people learn how to play, they're going to want to see how powerful the avatar Battle Mage is. Absolutely gorgeous card by Jussie here. Beautiful. And then I'm a huge fan of all of the avatars in general. I just think as the game gets more traction, in my opinion, the avatars will become people's like favorite things. Like they will have their it's like the colors in Magic, right? Like you could say blue is my favorite color, or maybe Simic is my favorite guild. You'll see people who say, no, I run Battle Mage. And I think that'll do really well for the game moving forward. So if I can collect and get more copies of those, I'm always happy about that. Rest in peace. I just really like the artwork. Edge of the World is another one. I just think it's an iconic Sorcery piece of art. It also just happens to be my favorite art too. So maybe I'm a little bit biased. All the dual lands, so the Steppy, Steepy, Stoopy, what else? Oh man, I'm blanking on all the other names. That's hilarious. Windmills, all the things that give double threshold cost are obviously compared to the Magic dual lands. Now, they're not as powerful as Magic dual lands, in my opinion, but they are comparable to them. They are also exceptional, so they're not rares, they're not mythics. Obviously in Sorcery, that's not what they call it, but those Magic people, they're not. These are uncommon level cards, so the supply of them is pretty big. But they are strong. They're very strong, and they're good cards. I'm just not convinced that they are as strong as the dual lands from Magic the Gathering. But anyway, really great cards that I think will become more iconic as the game grows. Obviously, all the Frazetta artwork, things that I am collecting, things that I am picking up, thinking this art will probably never get reprinted. Now, Sorcery has never come out and directly said that, but they did change all the Frazetta artwork, and it is basically, speculated that they will never reprint the Frazetta artworks from the alpha beta. So that's kind of, just from the alpha, because they changed them in beta. So this is just one of those things where if I could get a couple copies of them, it seems like a great investment over time. And then obviously cards that are just highly playable. Lightning Bolt, one of the cards that, man, it just wins you games. Your opponent is at death's door, you can just Lightning Bolt and beat them. Bury, just one of the stronger kill spells in the game. Just really good cards that are iconic. So, this gentleman needed some help from me, and I already had these, obviously, but just switching out cards for things that I think are more iconic was a big win. So, that being said, this was a fun collection to show off and to be a part of. And, if you're ever looking to sell stuff, hit me up at KitchenTableTCG@gmail.com. And I'd love to buy your collections and talk through what that looks like. But we have a Tundra to try to crack out of this, what is it? This European grading case. Now, so here's what typically you do with this. You use a needle nose pliers here. And you just got to crack the case. You got to, and typically you should wear eye protection, and you should also have, if you put a baggie over it, it will save you from this thing shooting out and hitting somebody in the eyeball. But there's no one else here, and I'm here for the risking. So we're just trying to crack and put a little dent in this top shelf here. We just want to do a little bit of oh, there it is. Just do a little crack right there. Maybe we'll double crack it. And then we're going to use the blade. I've done this a couple times with different, I've never done this with a European grading card though. Ready? Oh, there it is. All right. So we got a little bit of a separation there, which is what you're really going for. And then what you're going to do, you can do this with, better tools than I have, but this is what we have sitting around the shop that I do this with all the time whenever we crack somebody's janky Pokemon slab. You're just going to put that in, you're putting a wedge right between there. It's way more dangerous to do it on camera because you can't actually look at it. Wedge right between there. Don't want to go too far because obviously you'll hit the card that way. Then we'll have a not near mint foreign black border card. All right, we got a crack here. Whenever that happens, you just want to make sure the crack goes away so you don't damage the card. And they did not put any type of sleeve under here. So we're going to be gentle. This is going to be hard to do left-handed. This will go this way. I'm sure some people are having a hard time watching me do this in the comment section, but, we're here for the content. There it is. I think that popped it almost all the way. Here we go. And then you can just take the card out. Bingo. Pretty good condition. That Nick was there, right? That was the one we identified. Definitely not near mint. I don't know why we would justify it as that. But obviously we can now do our authentication test ourselves. I'm sure that this one it looks pretty good to me. But yeah, maybe LP. Maybe a little worse than LP. LP minus probably, that little stuff on the top. Anyway, it is free. It can now be sleeved up and played, and somebody can have a foreign black border. This sleeve, this case was pretty terrible. Look at that. They had some sort of additional weird thing there that was in between. Anyway, you guys have yourselves a great day. Remember to be kind to the people around you. We'll see you again next video.